Hello all, Shadwell here, ready to talk about the next film in my collection, Dead Space Downfall from 2008. It's directed by Chuck Patton, Kurt Gedda, and Vinton Hughes, and stars Nika Futterman and Jim Cummings. This is chronologically the first of the two Dead Space animated films that I own, and more than number one in the series, it's number one in my heart as well, as I think this is the better of the two films and practically by leaps and bounds. Dead Space Downfall is a prequel to the first Dead Space video game. In the game, you find yourself on a spaceship that has been ravaged by monsters called necromorphs that don't mind getting blasted with bullets as much as they mind having their limbs blown off. It's a clever and very scary game. This movie is, well, almost one of those things. It's not totally its fault, though. The reason the game is scary is you are controlling the character of Isaac Clarke as he makes his way through the Ishimura ship, necromorphs popping out from everywhere to severely fuck up his day. There's something scary in the actual controlling of the character, almost like putting you in the action. In the movie, you're just watching a group of spacemen and women as they do battle with the necromorphs. Since you aren't controlling the action, it isn't as scary, but it's still pretty tense. I do gotta say, the one thing this first Dead Space film has over the sequel is it is drawn in one animation style, which is hand-drawn with the occasional computer-generated screen or background, whereas the sequel tried to juggle two animation styles and that brutalist CG style was just garbage. Thank you, Dead Space Downfall, for being aesthetically pleasing. And there's less story getting in the way of the action in this first film, as it doesn't split time between the present and flashbacks, and is all told in the present, and it's pretty much just aim gun at necromorphs and try not to get killed as you do so throughout the bulk of the film. I did say this is a prequel to the video game, and it tells the tale of how the Ishimura got overrun with necromorphs as a group of spacemen and women try to fight their way to safety off the ship. Do any of them make it? I'm not going to say, as it's best discovered for yourself if you want to watch this film. I would recommend it for any fans of the Dead Space games, obviously, and any hardened fans of sci-fi horror in general, as it's pretty damn good. Especially fans of animated horror tales. It gets pretty bloody and full of chaos for a good section of the runtime, so you can definitely have a fun time with it, even if you have never played the Dead Space games. I'm giving Dead Space Downfall a B-, and tomorrow we watch the first Deadpool film. See y'all then.